So let's really quickly, before I show you the parallel project, let's talk about A14. In A14, the challenge is to create an object-oriented playlist. So you will create a class called Song or CL Song that holds a title, a year of publication, and a rating. Could be a numeric rating. It could be a string that contains a certain number of stars. You can decide how you want to do the rating. It could be bad, good, excellent. I don't care. Some kind of rating for each song. So you're going to have a title, a year, a rating, and it's going to be a list of songs. So it's going to walk you through all of the things that you should have. So we want to use setter and getters. We want to use the ability we want to contain the ability to view songs, so view the playlist, add songs, remove songs, and update the rating. Okay, so the update rating should be using a setter. So it should have a menu and it should be usable and all that stuff that we've been working on. So what does that look like? Okay, I'm going to create a parallel assignment. And this assignment, or this program, is going to be a fruit stand management program. Okay, so I'm going to create a class called fruit where I can store the name of the fruit, the quantity of the fruit, and the price of the fruit. And I'm going to create a menu that allows me to update that fruit stand and all of that stuff. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to code through it. You might want to just observe rather than try to keep up. And I promise I'll put the video online when I'm done. Okay, so here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is start with the class. So the class is going to be CL Fruit. And we are going to have an initialization method that's going to require int number of fruit, and it's going to have a string that is going to be the name. So I'll call that NU and NA. These are parameters, so I'm going to keep them very, very brief, and I'm going to say FL price for the price. Okay, so in that, I'm going to say self.int number equals int nu. I'm going to say self.str name equals strna, and I'm going to say self.fl price equals flpr. Okay, so that every time I create the fruit, I have to give it those three things. def, I'm going to create a quick string variable here, or a string method that returns the f string. We're going to say the name first. So I'm going to say self.str name. And I'm going to say L just 15 and period. And now I'm going to repeat this a couple times. I'm going to switch it up just a little bit, and we're going to say the quantity. So that's going to be the int number. How many fruit do I have? And I'm going to right justify that because it's a number. And we use 10. And then finally we have FL price. And I'm going to put a $sign in front of the price. And I'm also going to use the formatting code 0.2f to make sure it's 2 decimals. And I'm going to right justify that. in a column of 10. So we'll employ that later, but all that's going to do is print out the name of the fruit nicely for me. Now, what else do I want to do? I need a setter. I need to set I'm going to set the number. So when I sell that fruit, so I'm going to say DEF, set number, and I've got self, and I've got FL or INT new number, called that. And then I'm going to say if int new is actually, I'm going to say is instance int new number, and I'm going to say if it's an int, I'm going to allow it to be set at 0 because maybe I run out of fruit. Okay, so then I'm going to say self dot int number equals int new number. Okay, so there's my setter just to protect that, make sure I'm setting it to an int. Okay, so there is a basic fruit class. Next, I'm going to create my list, li fruit equals empty list. And so now I'm going to jump straight into the menu for this program. The menu is going to be printed. We'll use this trick. Not the best looking interface, but I'm going to let it roll. And then I'm going to say menu. One is going to be add a fruit. 2 is going to be remove a fruit. 3 is going to be change quantity. 4 is going to be exit. Okay, so we're going to say str menu equals input. What do you choose? And so we're going to say if str menu equals 1. I'm going to go through and create the whole menu. Pass. I'll use pass to hold my place open here. Elif and 2. Elif and 3. Elif and 4. And this one should be else. Print, that's not an option. Okay, so now let's take all of this all the way from here over and stick that in a while true loop. That will allow me to exit here, break. Okay, so there's my menu structure and my loop. So now to add a fruit, I'm going to need to ask those questions, right? I need to get the name, the quantity, and the price. Now, I'm not going to do error checking here. You guys can handle that on your own. Input, what is the fruit name? I'm going to say int number equals input how many, and that's going to be an int. I'm just going to change it right here. FL price equals float, and input what is the price. All right, And now once I ask those three questions, I'm going to add to the list. So I'm going to say li fruit dot append, and I'm going to say cl fruit. And what's the first thing I need to give it is the number. So int number. str name is the next argument. And FL price is the final one. Oops, I forgot. There's one more thing I need to do for, let's see, view fruit list. So 5 will be exit. So we're going to go for copy. There's that. And that'll be the 5 menu option. This will be pass.